Let's talk about how trust and connection and vulnerability are going to be key skills in an AI world. When I was just getting started in business, I had somebody ask me to lie for them. I had somebody ask me to do a big lie on their behalf to smooth a certain situation over. They wanted something to go a little bit easier, and if I just told this lie, then it would go a bit better for them. And that was a really important moment for me because it did two things. The first is that it was a fork in the road where I was able to ask myself, is this something I want to actually do? Is this out of alignment for me? Is this out of integrity for me? And I ended up, of course, not telling the lie on their behalf. I told them, hey, it's actually better here for you to tell the truth. And I've been thinking about that for a few different reasons. I've been thinking about that, one, because what first happened was with that person, the moment that they asked me to do that, I started rethinking our entire relationship. I started rethinking the trust that I had in this person, not because I was judging them for being some terrible person, but instead I started to have more caution in our relationship. I started to wonder, are there other things that I've been trusting this person with that I can no longer trust? And this is what's happening in our AI-fueled world. We're going to have so much content. We're going to have so much material crossing our desk, so much information, emails, blog posts, text messages that we're getting already on our phones from random numbers all the time, that trust is going to decline for the average piece of information. And we're going to start assuming now that there is a bigger agenda behind a lot of what it is that we're seeing online, which is true. Right or wrong, a lot of the material that we're going to see online and a lot of the material that we already do see online today has an agenda that is outside of our own. And I think as we collectively start to understand that a little bit better, as we collectively see that maybe all things that we're seeing are not true, that there are lies out there, that we can and should begin to question many of the things that we're seeing or reading, I think it's going to open up the opportunity for a few different things from us. And one of those opportunities is to lean more into trust building, lean more into truth telling, lean more into vulnerability. See, we're scared to tell our own truth because we're scared at how other people are going to respond or react to us. And so sometimes we'll cover things up. We'll maybe put a bit of a mask on so that we're not saying really a lie, but we're not exactly telling the truth. We're putting on some type of show because we think that's what's going to build a connection to the people around us. We think that's what's going to get us included in the group. Now, the problem with this is we begin lying to ourselves. And when we lie to ourselves, we begin missing areas that are a reality to us, our life, our experience, our business, our success or lack of success. When we're not attuned to that reality, we miss the opportunity for us to grow. So one of the biggest problems with misinformation or lying or let's say putting on a little bit of a front or a mask for other people to gain connection, to smooth the situation over, or smooth over how other people view us, is that we start to believe those lies ourselves and we begin to miss the reality that if we were to fully recognize would actually help us grow. And the other piece is that actually vulnerability is what builds trust. By sharing who we are with the people around us, with the world, by being honest about who we are, by telling our truth in the moment, it's actually the thing that's going to build the most connection with other people. And so strangely, in this AI-fueled world, where we will trust less and less of what we see, the importance for the individual who can build trust with people in their lives or their connections or their community or their audience, or you could call it a brand, the trust of that individual will grow. And we must do what we can to continue to build that trust, to not break that trust, and to be ourselves in such a way that we're vulnerable enough to create connection with other people. I just have one resource to leave you with. There's a great book called Lying by Sam Harris. It's on Amazon. And it's one of those books that you continue to think about frequently after you've read it. I read it a few years back and I still think about that book. But now's our chance to build stronger connections. Now's our chance to develop relationships with vulnerability, and our chance to stand out as an individual or a brand or a business is by being vulnerable enough to do that rather than telling tiny lies or big lies or whatever those might be to try and get the connection that we're seeking. So I hope this helps you with publishing, building relationships, and a little thought of the day for you building your business for the long term. That's it. I'll be back again very soon. You can comment below, you can like, you can subscribe. I'd love to hang out with you here on this channel, and I'll be back very soon. Later.